This video looks at interpreting line graphs, and our goal is to be able to interpret line graphs. So let's look at this through a question. Emma decides to have a bath. The graph shows the depth of water in centimetres. So we've got depth of water in centimetres in the bath at various time t minutes. So on our y-axis we have depth, and on our x-axis we have time. So my first question says explain what's happening. So we're going to have to explain what's happening across this whole graph. So let's begin by looking at this first section here. So from time t equals 0 up to 3 minutes, the bath is filling, and it fills to a depth of 30 centimetres. Now at that point in time, the graph goes up, but no time is elapsed, and it goes up from 30 to 40 centimetres, so it goes up 10 centimetres, so that's when Emma's getting in the bath. Now we have this straight line section, so the depth of the water is staying the same, but time is passing, so from 3 minutes up until 15 minutes, Emma is taking her bath. So Emma's bathing for 12 minutes. Then, just like when the bath went up when she got in, at 15 minutes the bath goes down, so she's getting out. Finally, from this section B to C, the bath water is going down, so the bath is emptying. Okay, so from 15 minutes up until 20 minutes, the bath is empty. How long was Emma in the bath? Well, that was that straight section, so she was in the bath from 3 to 15 minutes. Therefore, Emma was in the bath for 12 minutes. Last, did the bath fill quicker or empty quicker? Now to work this one out, we have to look at the slope of our lines, and we're looking at the slope of this from O to A, so this light blue line, versus a slope from B to C. Now we know that the heights are the same, so they're both going either from 0 up to 30 or from 30 down to 0. And the gap, how long it takes to fill, is 3 minutes, but to empty is 5 minutes. Okay, so two things here. It took longer to empty, and also you can see that the slope is steeper when it's filling. So a steep slope means it's quicker. So therefore it was quicker to fill the bath. So it took 3 minutes to fill, 5 minutes to empty. It was quicker to fill the bath. And you can also talk about the steepness of the line. Let's look at another question. I walk to the corner store to get the paper each morning. The graph, called a travel graph, shows the distance from home during my walk. A, describe each section. In which section am I walking the fastest? In which section am I walking the slowest? How far did I walk? So let's start with part A, and I'm not going to write the answer because I don't have enough room, but we'll describe it. So let's describe each section. So this section A, from 0 to 4 minutes. Okay, so we're going from 0 to 4 minutes, and we've gone 500 meters. Okay, so the first section, it's taken 4 minutes to walk 500 meters, so you'd be assuming this is walking to the corner store. Now, what happens at B? They're not at the corner store yet because the graph keeps going. So what could be happening here? It's for 4 minutes because it goes from 4 to 8 minutes. Just come up with something. Maybe I stopped to talk to my neighbour. You know, I stopped and talked to someone along the way. Now we're at the section C, and it's taken me from 8 to 12 minutes. So another 4 minutes, and I've walked from 5 up to 8. So I've walked 300 meters, and then I'm getting to another stopping point, and it's the furthest distance I've walked, so I must have reached the store. Now I'm at section D, and it's a flat section. It's from 12 to 16 minutes. I haven't moved anywhere, so I'm stopping, and it's for 4 minutes. I must have spent 4 minutes at the store. Finally, we're at section E, and I've gone from 16 up to 32 minutes. So 6 minutes. Oops, 16 minutes. So each section's 4. So for 16 minutes, I've walked 800 meters back home. And I know I've gone back home because it's showing my distance from home. And that was said in the question. So it says shows distance from home during my walk. So at this point, when I've returned, there is no distance. I've returned back home. Okay, now in which section am I walking the fastest? That's all to do with the slope of the line. Okay, so which part of the slope, which slope is the steepest? And you can see in this first section, I've walked 500 meters in 4 minutes. In section C, I've walked 300 meters in 4 minutes. And then in this last section, I've walked 800 meters in 16 minutes. And we could work out our speed. 500 divided by 4. This is 125 meters per minute. In the next section, 300 divided by 4. That's 75 meters per minute. And then in the last section, 800 divided by 16 is 50 meters per minute. Okay, so we could look at the steepness of the line, and you can see that A is steeper, but you can also now look at the speed, and you know you've walked further in less time. Okay, the next fastest is C, and the slowest is E. So in which section am I walking the fastest? That's A. In which section am I walking the slowest? That's E. How far did I walk? Well, I walked 800 meters to the shop, 800 meters back, therefore 1600 meters or 1.6 kilometers in total. Okay, and the describe each section is down there. Now what I need you to do is complete the exercise. And the exercise is 6.1, page 338, question 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 and 10.